that I started recording and didn't say anything.
Actually, we could still, I could actually still do that. I mean, thank God.
I told you that we were recording.
Ooh, whoop-de-doo. You told me this time. Thank you for sparing me.
Is that all? Are you finished with your tantrum?
No, I'm not throwing no tantrum.
Okay. Well, we're gonna just cue the theme song music now.
Yeah, cue that theme song.
If they don't like me, I'ma live my life anywhere. I ain't fucking with her if she ain't watching anime. You know the finest women in the world, you know they cosplay. Pocket full of money, yeah, yeah. Man, I came to play, yeah, yeah. Drop top, yeah, yeah. Drop top, yeah, yeah. All summer, yeah, yeah. I won't stop, yeah, yeah. Beat going crazy, it's a whole box.
Yo, we back. Sorry for the wait.
God.
Yeah.
I hurt my arm, and I don't really know how.
Man, Dreamcon, duh. That's how. I mean,
no, I'm talking about earlier. This, like, I think it happened yesterday when I was working out. I don't know.
Working out.
Yes.
Me and the audience has a question. Why do you have on a hood indoors in your house?
Who has on a hood? Who has on a hoodie?
Is that your wig?
Yes.
Why does it look like you have on a hood?
I don't know, because it's a dark color. I don't have on a hoodie today. I probably will tomorrow.
Okay.
It gets very cold in this house.
Listen. When you got the air on 24/7, like, there's a huge discrepancy between outside and inside. There's like no middle ground. It's either you're going to step outside and burn to death, or you're going to walk in the house and freeze to death. So you got to pick your poison. So yeah. I definitely do believe that, because my air hasn't shut off all summer. Yeah.
So it's very, very cold in here. So I'm surprised I don't have on a hoodie today, but I don't have on a hoodie today. I probably will tomorrow, because I have to sit down at my desk and train people. So
they let you train people?
Yes, that is my job.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, that's great. Great job, great position for you. And yeah.
Anyway, as you can tell from the title of our show, which is DreamPool and Anime Theory, we are going to be talking about a few things. We're going to be talking about our experience at DreamCon. We're going to be talking about the new Deadpool Wolverine movie. And there is an anime theory that is going around that I wanted to discuss, because I think it's hilarious. And if it were true, I feel like I would probably have an aneurysm. But DreamCon first.
Yes, DreamCon first. Let me go first. Let me go, okay? Because I did touch down first. I touched the city before you. So let me go first. So I'm seeing like a lot of mixed reviews as far as DreamCon. Everybody's else's experience was very different. My personal experience, this is my first DreamCon, and I would highly recommend it, just because I mean, the city of Austin is beautiful. Like, if you were sliding through the city at night, those buildings, man, that food. Oh my God! Did you have any barbecue down there when you was down there?
No, I had actually. Yeah, we did. It wasn't like necessarily barbecue, but it was just like a burger.
Okay.
I went to a Japanese spot after that.
Okay, because there was a barbecue spot literally like right down the street from the convention, like in walking distance, and I kind of went there on a whim. Now, one thing I will say, if you're gonna go to DreamCon, you better have some money.
Mm-hmm.
Have you some money put to the side. Now, I did plan on having money, but of course, life got the life, and so I had to just do what I had to do, and I took whatever I had. But I would definitely highly recommend that you go to DreamCon, because it is a different vibe. It is a different energy. I didn't get a chance to meet the people from RCD World, but I know a lot of the people that I knew had like bumped into them, like as far as like at restaurants and good stuff like that. They were all like really cool people and stuff like that. So now the convention itself is very, very big. And there's one thing I would say: don't be on nigga time. Don't be on CP time. Cause I had like a nice little itinerary as far as everything that I wanted to do. And when I tell you, you need to get there. Like, don't let something start at 4 and you get there at like 3:50. Don't think, oh well, no. If it started at 4, get there at 3:30. Because the line is wrapped around the hall. So if you go somewhere and you see the long line, don't psych yourself out thinking, oh no, they're not going to where. Yes, they are. They're going to where you're going to. And you may not get in. Now, definitely RSVP, like for the things that are RSVP, that type of stuff. But me personally, I'm giving my Dreamcon experience definitely a 8 out of 10. Only reason I'm not giving it like a 9 or 10 is because the lines were very, very long, which I should have expected. So that's not on them. That's more so on me. And I didn't really get a chance to do a lot of things that I wanted to do, like on my list. And I mean, listen, I can finally vent about this, okay? Man, when I tell you everything that could go wrong about me getting to DreamCon, not me at the convention, me getting to the convention, can go wrong, did go wrong. No disrespect when I say this. I had to look the Lord in the eyes, and I told him, I don't give a fuck what you do. I'm going to this convention. I don't care how I need to get there. I don't care. I'm getting there, and I did get there, and I did have the time of my life. I had a great Airbnb. I was mobile. I had a car, so me and my friends, we all had all put in on it. But my personal experience was, as far as the convention, was definitely an 8 out of 10. Now I will say I didn't go to the convention all 3 days because I left off Sunday morning because I'm an adult, and I just couldn't come back on Monday. But for the 2 days I did go, amazing.
So you and I were only together for a little while. I'm angry at you anyway because you missed my panel. So
listen, I can explain that right now. I can explain all that right now.
Go ahead, explain.
Listen, man. Okay, so so I can rant now. Okay, so Friday night,
you were at the party.
We were at party. Listen. On the side note, that Blur party, I don't know. Now I know I've seen clips from the after party at the convention. That party, and that looked great too. But that Blur party, for real, that was a different kind of energy. And when I tell you, that was a long night, nigga. Like when I tell you, well, first of all, the only bad thing about that party is they didn't have nobody's air. Like all those niggas in one place, and they was giving out church fans. And when I tell you, niggas were fanning the fuck. Me, I literally I was fanning my shit so hard, like the fucking it came apart, like it separated, like the fan part separated. So, but that party in general, amazing. That shit was lit. Now, on the side note, I will say, and I'm gonna talk about this later on my channel. Partying is very different now. And when I say it's very different now, I'm 33. I know, look like 15, but I'm 33. And when I used to go out, it's a very different experience. Like, girls actually dance with guys, and it was a lot more interaction as far as people. Now I do get nowadays.
This is a really long way to say that your ass was drunk and did not come to bed.
No, I'm telling you the whole story. Like, come on now. Like, I was outside all weekend, so yes, I was definitely super lit, got super tired, and on that next morning, me and my friend, we got up. I made breakfast, and once I made breakfast, we was drinking Crown out the bottle. So, 8, and we had taken a nap because we're old. And by the time I get up, it was 12 o'clock. So, and I ain't had nobody's clothes on, nobody's cosplay on, nothing. And I didn't even, to be honest, I didn't even get to the convention. No lie. I didn't even, on Saturday, I didn't get to the convention until 7 o'clock.
There's a tragedy.
It was. I mean, you listen. You put faith in me. You had me bring you some food. I had to just say, fuck. I had to just buy. I had to drop down that money on you, man. I said, listen, I gotta get this food to her, but I'm not gonna be there no time soon. DoorDash. And when I tell you, listen, that $10 that you gave me, I had to throw another 20 on top of that to DoorDash you that food. I came through. I couldn't physically bring it to you, but I came through for you though.
Listen, so my DreamCon experience was very different. Thursday, when I did land, I very quickly changed clothes, took a shower, changed clothes, and I went to the convention to get my badge.
Yes. On a side note, when you say that, like going to a convention like on that Thursday, I highly recommend that people do that, because I know when people like first flew down, they went straight to the convention to get their badge, and the line was hellacious. When I finally got to the convention on that Thursday, it was more so like, okay, the tickets were or getting their badge from 1 to 8. I got there like around 6, 7, and there was no line.
Yeah, I got there because I landed at 5, so I didn't get there until probably about. I took a shower and everything, so I got there about 7:15, 7:30, and there was nobody in there. But then, like when I'm not going to say there was nobody. There was probably about 15 people in line. Like,
yeah.
I got there. But then when I got there and I got in line, then it was like a bunch of people showed up. And I'm like,
ooh.
Y'all know this shit stops at 8 o'clock and y'all showing up at 7:55 thinking y'all got to
they cutting it too close. Badge. They cutting it too close.
But the badge pickup early was great. By the way, DreamCon next year is, I'm going to say rumored, even though he said it on his live on accident and then tried to post a video the next day to cover it up by putting choices out there. But we're all pretty sure that next year DreamCon is in Vegas.
Listen, let me take the glasses off, because I don't think people understand what this is. Don't get me, they had great choices lined up. And like you said, like you spoke the bangs, nigga. You spoke the bangs. DreamCon in Vegas, Sin City. There's already enough sinning going on in this conventions already. You're gonna put black people, anime, the Blurs, in Sin City right there on the strip.
But the thing is that being out here for a con, like the cons out here are already really, really fucking fun, and they get really full, and this is very, very much a nerd city. My only thing with it is if they keep the same dates and they are on the exact same weekend as San Diego Comic-Con and y'all are quite literally next door, people are going to go to San Diego Comic-Con. So my whole thing is I think they should move the dates to like the week before.
They can't do that, because that is just, I never really thought I could go to DreamCon, because DreamCon was always like around my child's birthday. Now, if they were to push it up like the beginning of August, then that would be more ideal.
Either the week before or the week after. I don't think it would be a safe bet, because people are already trying to decide between DreamCon and San Diego Comic-Con.
Mm-hmm.
If you put DreamCon in Vegas and give people that were struggling between San Diego Comic-Con and DreamCon the option, again, with San Diego Comic-Con being so close.
Now, I will say
people are going to choose San Diego Comic-Con. Like
this weekend right here, like literally like the week, like today, like the beginning of August, like this, having it like what, August 1st was Wednesday, right?
August 1st was, Wednesday.
So
Wednesday or Thursday. August 1st was Thursday, so the 1st to today, or 1st to Monday. The 1st to today.
Today,
if they do it Thursday to Sunday, it would have been the 1st to the 4th.
Okay, yeah, that's yes. Well, no, there's only just 3 days, so it would have been like the 2nd through the
The 2nd to the 4th then.
Yeah, yes. That would have been a perfect date. Perfect date.
Because next year the 1st is on a Friday.
And they would have to do fucking the 30th through the 2nd.
No, they wouldn't. If they do an August start date, and it's just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Next year, the 1st is on a Friday. So August 1st, 2nd,
August 1st and 3rd. Yeah, that would be the perfect date right there. Like literally perfect.
But outside of that, I was with Blurred most of the time. So Friday, I did all of my walking around. So I was with Maurice, and I did all of my walking around. I did all of my shopping. I did pictures and whatnot. Talked to some people. Got some interview possibilities lined up. Friday was just like my relaxation day.
Right.
Friday night when I went to the party, because I was with Blurred, I had the little VIP wristband where you had to go up 50 flights of stairs to get to the rooftop. It was hot up there.
Okay, that's where the VIP was. Okay.
Yeah. So Thursday they had a pre-party that they randomly threw together, and that shit was packed as fuck, even though they randomly put that shit together. Mm-hmm. I went to that. It was free entry for everybody.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, it was free entry for everybody. I just went up there, and it was already fucking hot as shit. There was already like 100 people upstairs, and I was like, bro.
I'm about to say, was that the same place?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it was hot as hell.
I had my heels on. I was like, oh, I'll just put my heels on. And I didn't even know that there were stairs, let alone 50 flights of them.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody up at the top had to help me. He was like, I got you, baby girl. I was like, yeah, because I'm about to die. And if I roll all the way down these steps, I'm going to cry. So it was nice up there. And as soon as I was getting ready to leave, I took my shoes off and ran down them fucking steps. And I was like, yeah, I ain't got no elevator. And of course, when I get downstairs, I see the elevator. I was like, that's just so ghetto. Anyway,
shit. You worked out, you got it.
Shit. The party Thursday was fun. The party Friday, I stayed upstairs for probably about 15 minutes before I got too hot. Then I came downstairs to where everybody else was, and I stayed in there for about another 15 minutes before I got too hot. And then I stayed on the second floor with Blurred for literally like the rest of the night. I was kind of just going back and forth between the second and third floor. I refused to go back up to the top floor. It's too many steps. But that was fun. I played a bunch of people in pool, and there was a bowling alley down there. You could drink wine and all kinds of stuff. So I was down there most of the time, and I left at 1.
That was when the party was over, right?
Huh?
That was when the party was over, right?
It was over at 2.
Okay. I didn't know that, because I left around 12:30. Yeah, I left around that time.
Yeah, I left at 1, and I still actually had my panel video to record and edit.
Oh yeah, you pushing.
So I left at 1, went back to my hotel, which took me only about 7 minutes because I was literally like right there. Get back to the hotel room, record pieces of the panel that needed to be recorded, and I spent the rest of the night editing. Didn't go to sleep until 5:30 just to get up at 7:30 and finish editing so that at 12 o'clock I could do my panel. The panel was fun. I almost threw up prior to, because me and public speaking are not a thing, but it ended up being really well. I had Pinky there to assist. Everybody liked the video. They were talking. They were participating in like the little interactive part, answering questions, asking questions. And then we just ended up having fun conversations. And then after that, I was at the Blurred booth all day. We had an exclusive Dreamcon t-shirt that got sold out in a matter of hours. I think really the only thing that they had left going into Sunday was stickers and some old t-shirts.
Hey, you need to show them that jacket that you got.
The jacket is in my closet somewhere. I am going to put it
somewhere.
It's in my jacket. It's in my closet somewhere. between the t-shirts and the long sleeve shirts. It's in there. I'm gonna take a picture of it and put it up.
Yeah, that
It's a
jacket.
really nice jacket.
I mean, if I would have had like, and that's what I would say as far as like, I'm getting to a point where I'm getting better with as far as knowing what to expect from going to these conventions, because you need like money for the venue booth, you need money for food, and you need money for fun. Fun is just whatever you just deem whatever, but you need to have 3 separate accounts for this stuff over here, this stuff over here, and this stuff over here, because you'll get to that vendor booth and you'll think, oh, I'm not gonna spend no money. Shit. You gonna see something, you like, oh my god, like some of those jackets, I'm telling you right now, if you wasn't at DreamCon, you're not getting it. It was like
unless they have a website, and some of them even like the DreamCon t-shirt that Blurred had was specifically for DreamCon. So they're like, oh, I'll come back later, or I'll just order it online. And I was like, it's not online, it's literally like exclusive here at DreamCon. And she was like, oh shit.
Get that money up.
She stood at the booth for probably about 10 minutes, maybe 20, before she finally just was like, okay, give me one. I said, because I can guarantee you now, if you leave and come back, that shirt is not going to be here in your size. But I did see some of the guys from rdcworld. I did see 2 of them came to the party. They were coming as I was leaving. And then Mark came by the booth while we were doing that anime tier list that we had, and he was looking at the board and he like rearranged some of the board. I saw Tony, who's his last name, I can never pronounce his last name. I'll put his picture up. Tony was there. I saw Tony a couple of times on Friday. I didn't see him Saturday, I don't think. But overall, I didn't do any of the RSVP stuff, mainly because I already knew how those lines was looking, and I knew that I was going to have to assist with Blurred anyway, even though they were like, you don't have to sit here. And I was like, I did all of my walking around and everything yesterday. I said, I literally just came through a line because I thought it was a line to get into the vendor hall, and it was in fact a line for the basketball game. And there were people who were sitting on the floor that had been sitting on the floor in line for 45 minutes. I said, so I am perfectly fine.
And that's the thing, like, yo, like that type stuff, like, listen, I'm older, man. I ain't not standing, like, once the line get too long, that's over with for me. Take my name off the board, because
I was like, I said, I don't know what line that was for, but it was around the building. I said, this cannot be the line to get into the vendor hall. That is fucking impossible. And the lady, she was like, oh, are you trying to get into the vendor hall? I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, this isn't the line for that. You can just go in. There's no line over there. I was like, what the fuck is this for? And she was like, oh, it's for the basketball game. Please. No. And this guy was like, this guy had
the line for the cabaret?
Yes. And the line for the dodgeball game.
Listen, my friends that like, okay, so I think the cabaret was Friday, right?
I think so, yeah.
My friends actually got inside the, like, we had ended up like getting separated, because I had when I was looking for you, they was like already like doing some other shit. So me using the vendor hall, they was telling me like they on their way to the cabaret. I said, okay, cool, like I'll meet y'all over there. I'll go, not knowing, like I say, not knowing. And I went to that damn cabaret. I said, this better not be the line for the cabaret, because it was all down the hall. Over with.
So like the part where we went into the vendor hall?
Yeah.
Okay, so the line for the basketball game was past the vendor hall where we enter. It's past the vendor hall going down to the left. And then it's from there all the way down to the complete opposite end of the building where the gaming hall was. Right. Was this line for the I was like,
I didn't get a chance to go to the gaming hall. Like, it was, like I said, there was so much to do at DreamCon. Like, if you did everything on your list,
I applaud you. I didn't really have a list because I already knew, like, when all of that stuff was like, oh, you have to RSVP here. I already knew that the RSVPing was going to be too fucking much. Because I was like, as soon as I saw RSVP, I already know that as long as that line is, some people ain't going to get in. They had 22,000 people at the con this year.
Ooh, that's crazy.
I said I am so proud of them for that. But that was so many fucking people in line. No.
Facts.
No. And one of the things that because I understood some people having mixed reviews. Like, some people were mad about the RSVP. They were like, if you wanted to do anything, you had to RSVP. I said, that's not true. It was the events where RDC World and other, like, the big people were going to be, you have to RSVP for those. And it says it on the website that you have to RSVP for those things.
Yes.
So
and they gave out notifications.
Yes, I already knew that. Whenever an event popped up on the app, and that's why I said, that's why I downloaded the app to begin with. One, because I wanted to see where my panel was, and two, and what was happening at the same time as my panel, and two, because they had the events on there, and they had a whole separate list, a whole separate schedule of things that you had to RSVP to. So, but I felt bad for some people who did RSVP and still couldn't get in.
Now, yeah, I definitely think they need to. They should have got better. They should have had like 2 lines for the RSVP people and the people who didn't RSVP. You can't have them all in one line because that's just not gonna work.
Yeah, there were people who didn't RSVP in the line, but then they were getting mad because they didn't know that they had to RSVP. And I'm like, it says it on the app, and it says it in their little policy thing that you have to RSVP. It says that. And they were really trying to stick to it this year because I guess last year there was a problem with it. They said
last year people was damn near sneaking in.
Yeah, and like it was the same because I had left my badge at the hotel, and I went up there, and she was like, well, we don't do badge replacements. It's in our policy. I said, yeah, I know that. I said, but I also have 2 other people who were supposed to be here for the panel, and they did not get panel badges. And she was like, you know what? Here, you can have a badge on a technicality. I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I said that.
Yeah, man.
You literally have 2 badges sitting here because Pinky was supposed to get a panelist badge, but they never converted her into a panelist. And I don't know why, because they asked me for her information to confirm, like to convert her badge into a panelist badge. Mm-hmm. I gave them her information for her ticket, and they were so concerned with my information. I said, y'all upgraded my badge to a panelist badge in April. I don't need a panelist badge. I have one. Mm-hmm. And so they were still stuck on the fact that I had 2 other people that did not show up. And I said, they're not coming. This person is coming and she needs a panelist badge. So They finally just upgraded her to a panelist badge, even though, like, I don't know why they didn't do it in the system, but they just gave her a panelist badge, was like, here, you can have that. Right. And then she was like, oh, you still have 2 other badges that aren't used, so here you go. I was like, yeah, because y'all, like, were not paying attention. So a little bit unorganized on some things. Like, when we went to the panel, we didn't have sound. And they came, like a lady came in and was like, do you guys have sound now? And I was like, nobody's coming here. And we were like 10 minutes late starting the panel because nobody came in to give us microphones or like turn on the sound.
Sucks.
I didn't understand some people's mixed reviews, but I also like realized that a lot of the stuff that they were complaining about was easily fixable.
Right.
Had you just RSVP.
Yes. Now I heard some people saying, like, I think they might have been to DreamCon a few times. So I think I heard somebody saying that like they're kind of getting away from the anime and gaming, which I don't understand because it was all about anime. And I think what they talk about is like the other stuff that they had, like I guess maybe like the cabaret and the other like activities that they had. But one thing you got to understand is like when you're getting bigger as a convention, you're going to have more things for people to do to keep people, and you
can't always because there are some people who have different talents, especially if like when you're pulling people and like influencers in for like their different talents, some of their talent may not be anime based. So like the hip hop dancing, and like there was a couple like performance ones. Right. You have artists, so you would have to include artists. That's right. Like saying you can't have the people in the vendor hall who sell comic books because this is an anime and gaming convention.
Right. It's all under the
like they might as like the main focus can be anime and gaming, but you do also have to include other things because some people may not be just into anime and gaming. Which,
I mean, they had like a plethora of gaming tournaments. They had a plethora of anime like activities like Anime Jeopardy, Anime Wildin' Out, Anime blah 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 blah.
Yeah, there was a crap ton. There was just a few things that weren't anime or gaming related.
I'm actually mad I missed the breakdancing competition.
The breakdancing looked like it was fun.
Yeah, I didn't. I wish I could like see people posting from it because I wanted to go, but that was on a Saturday and that was But yeah, and they had a beat battle too. I would have went to that. I really wish I would have caught that. Definitely wish I would have caught the beat battle because I know that was going crazy.
And there were some people who were complaining about the.
At this point,
they're complaining about being moved out the way for influencers, and I'm like, it's an influencer con, so the people who are influencers need to get to where they're supposed to go.
Right.
So you're complaining that they needed y'all to move the fuck out of the way so that the person who is running or who is supposed to be running said activity needs to get there? This was created by influencers and has influencers at it.
Right.
One of the things that I really it was killing me was the mob that was following each person with their cameras in their face. I was like, I hope I never reach the status where y'all have to follow me every fucking where that I go.
Man,
with a camera in my face.
That's one thing. Like I think that's probably I might have like missed some opportunities to like really like network with influencers because like, I don't want to come off like a fan. Like I mean I do follow you. You're funny and blah blah. I can't remember who the influencer was. I can't remember his name. I don't know if this narrows it down, but he was like kind of tall with dreads. He's funny as hell. He's not really like he watches anime, but his content isn't mainly anime. It's just kind of like more so like comedy type shit. And I really bumped into him on the fly. Like I think when I was coming to see you on that Friday, I was walking and he was like, we kind of like walked past each other, but he asked me, he's like, hey bro, I'm here. Where do I go get the tickets? And I kind of like looked at him for a second. I was like, that nigga look familiar. I said, oh shit, like I follow you. Oh, come on, bro, I'm gonna come, and I helped him, get up there to the tickets and shit like that. And like he was cool as hell. Like, I was asking him, like, hey bro, this your first Dreamcon? He said, yeah, man, I just came down here on the fly. I said, oh shit, man, you gonna love it. And yeah, he was real cool. I think he was streaming at the time on Twitch at the time. But now, if I was really thinking about it, I probably would tell him, hey, like, follow my, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't want to come off like a fan. So I was like, I'll just treat him like a normal.
Yeah, and that was the thing is like people, and I understand the need to get content. Believe me, I do. But y'all walking around that man like this. Camera in face. I was like, what if he has to go pee? Y'all know him outside the bathroom?
Listen, and that's the thing, like, nowadays, you hit a certain amount of followers, you are in celebrity status. In that world, you are in celebrity status. Like
that shit was killing me.
You touch, I'm telling you right now, Kayor, let you touch 50,000. You gonna get that, you gonna get like that too. Like they're gonna see you.
I'm gonna throw up. And there's already one. My sister was talking to me the other day, and she was like, "Oh, somebody at work asked about you," and I was like, "Who?
What?"
Is that time? And she was like, she was showing her cosplays and stuff like that because my sister also cosplays, so she was showing her cosplays, and most of her pictures with her cosplays are with me.
Mm-hmm.
And she goes, oh my God, is that your sister? Or she was like, who is that? You know her? And she was like, yeah, that's my sister. And the girl was like, oh my God, is she this girl? And pulled up my TikTok and just started scrolling through. She's like, yes, that's my sister. And she was like, oh my God, do you think I could ever meet her? No.
Sure. Like,
no.
Jesus, I mean, I got a regular 9 to 5, just like, and that's the thing about it. Like, listen, I know we getting off topic with like this, but here's the thing about it. When you got the fame and you don't have the money, it doesn't add up. Like, I don't make enough money for y'all to be like wanting to see
exactly.
me. Like, I still have to work. I
still have 2 jobs. I still have to go to do work.
And on top of that, y'all want a fangirl? No.
When she said it, I was like, no.
Negative. Never.
At the Blurred booth, I was helping people, and there was this guy out in the like on the side, and he was just like, and one of the guys was like, that guy keeps staring at you, and I was like, who? And I look, and he's just like, and I'm like, what the fuck? And he goes, hey, you, I follow you. And I was like,
okay.
Oh, for real? He was like, yeah, on TikTok, your shit's hilarious. Like, you're so awesome. Can we get a picture later? And I was like,
you can get one now. No, don't get me wrong. Like, just asking for a picture, don't be weird about getting a picture. Like, just, yeah, we can take pictures. That ain't shit. Like, because now one thing about conventions, like, you're going to take pictures.
Oh, of course.
Listen, this one dude, like, literally ran down on me. Like, and I didn't, like, pass him because when me and him, we had the same, I did Haikyuu on Friday. He did, but he did it on the, he had Necromus, so he had the red jersey. He was talking to somebody, and I'm not like a rude person to like stop your conversation just to take a picture. So when I walked past him, like I'm telling you, I got 4 steps away from him. I know you didn't just walk past me, my nigga. I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry. I said, I'm so sorry. I thought you was talking to somebody. I didn't want to disturb you. We can definitely take this picture and stuff like that. And we ended up talking for a little bit too, because he actually lived in the city of Austin. But he was really cool. But yes, in these conventions, you are going to, and like random people will walk up to you. I think one of my friends, like I think she did
like if it's for your cosplay, that's completely understandable because like, your cosplay is really good. But I was not dressed up. I did because at this point it was after my panel. I took off my makeup. I took off them fucking shoes. I had my slides on, and I was like, I had changed my clothes and everything. So I was literally in work mode, helping Blurred do their stuff, and he stared at me for. They said he was standing there for probably about 10 minutes. Just staring, and like various people were coming in, but they thought that he was there doing the board because it was a group of people, but he wasn't doing the board. He wasn't even looking at the board. He was just standing there, like staring past the crowd of people who were doing the board, staring at me. And that's when they noticed, and they were like, do you know him? And I was like, I have no idea who that is.
And you know what's crazy? And I'm not saying
picture, we didn't even take the picture because I turned around and he disappeared. And I was like,
oh, well.
Okay. Right, Dracula, what the fuck is going on?
And listen, I'm not saying this to be funny, but in a crowd of people, you look really small. So he really had to be locked in to like piercing everybody to look down. Because I'm just assuming that he was taller than you.
Yeah, he's taller than me.
So he would have to. Because Jesus Christ.
Oh, just like, what is going on? So it's already weird now. I could not imagine getting more followers and then being at the status of these people and y'all be in my face with a camera. I would be sick. I'd be like, get the fuck away from me. Y'all would think I was so mean. I just want her to go away.
Kaori, she is so... Listen.
I've been here before. She was kind of bitchy. Probably because you had a camera in my face.
Yeah, see, I don't have that problem. I'm still local.
So my experience with DreamCon, I thought it was really fun. Hopefully, I would give it probably about an 8 out of 10. Mm-hmm. Hopefully, if they do come out here, which we're pretty sure Vegas is it, if they do come out here, they will change the dates because I have a film reunion that weekend, and I said, I already told my family I will drop y'all so fast.
At least they know what side you on.
I don't want to have to. I will drop y'all so fast, and I don't want to have to, especially if I already paid all my dues to come out here.
I really want BlurredCon to move their date so I can like go.
They did. It's the beginning of March.
Oh, they moved it all the way up. And BlurredCon is in like Virginia, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's supposed to be the beginning of March.
I can do that.
I said that's interesting. I'm not going because I don't really care for BlurredCon. The guy for BlurredCon was like super rude to me and my friend Charlie when we were at MomoCon. And it's the same person talking about anybody can be a blurred when that is
okay. Here we go. Like, no, they can't.
They really can't. That's like the whole purpose of the name. And they let that girl who had lost that white girl who had lost all of those competitions in the cosplay that she didn't make, and then they let her win against people who made their costumes 100% because the judges didn't like mech. Be serious.